I've chatted to people that play those teams often because we've only been in this competition.
Yeah, sure.
And Glasgow historically have been considered the better of the two teams, which is quite strange because you think Edinburgh, capital, and if you look at the sort of national setup, a lot of Edinburgh players are in the national setup. I think the one thing Glasgow have done, and you talk now over with Franco's time, but even before that, the recruitment they've done has been very good. The kind of players that bring into Glasgow, the kind of, and they sometimes are quite physical players that they take to Glasgow as well over the last couple of seasons. So I don't know if it's just the edge. I think the one thing that Scotland rugby has shown, and they've got the least amount of rugby players, registered rugby players, out of any team in the World Cup, and yet they can still compete. And the reason for that is I think their two regional teams play like their national team, and that is a massive bonus. If you consider, yes, there is an edge to their game, Glasgow. There is an edge now with Franco there as well, but both those teams and the national team almost play the same. They almost have the same players. They have the same players. In other words, the same kind of outside backs are dangerous. They've got forwards that do their jobs. They've got front rows that are a lot of South Africans playing there now in Scotland. So I wouldn't say they surprised us. I think the point is they are a good team, and they've adapted well. They and Edinburgh now both play on 4G pitches. So if you consider that, that's also a massive boost for their two teams. They play on the same pitches, they play the same way, and when they go into the national setup, they can almost take the best of both teams and use it as well. So it doesn't surprise me. I mean, they're top of the log. They're the one team that beat Leinster, I think, in the first or second round of this competition, and no one else has generally got that right in the last couple of years. So, and I know it was without internationals, but so was it for Glasgow as well. So, there's obviously a lot of depth in Glasgow as well, from the point of view that when they lost their internationals, they could beat Leinster.